of an unrighteous man, and no Pharaoh would not hearken to the words of the Most High's plan. Open up your vision, open up the law, and remember just who you are. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. Oh, oh, oh. See, yes, he is our Savior, our hope and guiding light, and he grants us understanding. Yes, he teaches us the light. He will come to our rescue when we give his praises due. So come, let us extol him. Come on, just me and you. Open up your vision. Open up the law, and remember just who you are. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. Open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up the Lord, and remember you're an Israelite. Oh, vision of the covenant,
All right. My name is Yamsuf Arif. I, along with my co-host, Brother Cottrell from New York City, and the administrator of the show, Nisanya, my Isha, basically, in Hebrew, my wife. We're here tonight to bring to your studies your fundamentals in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're here to show you a format when you find yourself faced with difficult situations, how you can respond to those situations. And by doing so, you connect to the Most High by virtue of these studies. But first, before we get started in our studies tonight, I'd like to give thanks and praise to the Most High. We all turn and face with me to the east. You ain't got to get up. You can get on your knees if you want. And raise your hand to the Most High while we give thanks. Thank you, Most High, for the food we eat, the water we drink, every aspect and a component of our lives. Give us wisdom and understanding and humility, and help us make the right decision in our contemporary lives, and certainly in our professional lives, and certainly in regards to you, Most High. All praise and thanks to your name. But before we get started, I introduce my host, my co-host, and my administrator of the show, my wife, Nisanya. We will be studying tonight in Nehemiah chapter 6, conspiracy against Nehemiah. And Brother Cottrell, he's got kicked off for a minute. But without further ado, he's back on. And so let me introduce the closing session of the studies tonight. Brother Cottrell will be presenting is Daniel chapter 8, division of a ram and goat. So without further ado, let me introduce first my Nisanya, my wife, the administrator of the show, Nisanya. Nisanya, will you say shalom? Hello to the people.
Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Most High. Honey, I believe that you're in Nehemiah 5.
No, Nehemiah. Let me see. Yeah, you're correct. I stand corrected, Nisanya. That's why she is administrating. That's why Sue just do the facilitating. She does the administrating. Thank you, Nisanya. And now, Brother Cottrell, let me introduce him to you, Brother Cottrell of New York City. Brother Cottrell, your mic is hot.
Shalom. Shalom. Bless y'all soul and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. All praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Israel. God Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, giving him thanks and praise for all things and everything. It's good to hear your voices. Shalom, shalom. Yom Supari, Sister Nasanya, Sister Abby, and all the family that may be with us. How you doing?
Well, we're doing okay, brother. It's good to that you asked, and we're doing rather well. Thank you for asking. And may I ask, or we ask, how you doing in your family? Praise Yah.
Everybody's well. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
I got
So,
an echo.
what's that, Brother Cottrell?
I got an echo for some reason.
Yeah, I hear something. You have two windows open, Brother Catriel.
You may have to close the other window. Right.
I can't close it.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Can I remove it? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the two stages open.
Yeah, because you got two open, Cottrell.
I couldn't find where I was at before on my computer.
Oh, it's acting up. Okay.
Let me go out.
Okay. All
Come
right.
back.
Thank you, brother. And close. All right. All right. All right. fellow students?
It could be a Wi-Fi connection too.
Yeah,
I'm
could be.
sorry.
No, you're right, because you're quite clear. You're quite clear, Nasanya. So,
Yeah.
without further
It
ado,
could be a connection.
it possibly could, but I'm sure Sugar, he's gonna get it right, and so we can proceed forward. Let me see. He's back on. Okay. We still got, okay, he's back on. He's back on. Okay. Brother Katja, can you make a test comment? Unmute your mic, Brother Katja, and see, can you make a test comment? Okay. Okay. He's going back to that old site, Nasanya.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, Brother Katja said something, brother.
Shalom.
Shalom, brother. Seem like that old line is still open, but we'll work through it. So let's get started. If Brother Cottrell is ready,
Yes, sir.
fellow students, I'm ready. Nasanya, I'm ready. And if so, let's proceed. Chapter 5, Nehemiah, deals with oppression. And it gives you these formats so you can understand somewhat, even in your contemporary lives, how you handle oppression, as in the case as Nehemiah did with oppression. Now, there was a great outcry of the people and their wives against their Yehudite brethren. For there were those who said, we, our sons, our daughters are many, trying to lean on upon the fact we got numbers. Therefore, let us get gain that we may eat and live. We got the numbers, so to speak. There were also some who said, we have mortgaged our lands and vineyards and the houses, that we might buy grain because of the famine. There was also, you had a whole different facet of people. There was also those who said, we have borrowed money for the king's tax on our land, the king of Babylon, and vineyards. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, and our children as their children. We have a common denominator, so they're saying, a common bond. Indeed, we are focusing, but he said, indeed, we are forcing our sons, our daughters to be slaves. And some of our daughters have been brought into slavery. Is it not in our power to redeem them? For other men have our lands and vineyards. And I became angry. That's what Nehemiah says. Because everybody's looking for an excuse. They had more excuses than jokers got in prison, so to speak. Everybody's looking for an excuse. So Nehemiah becomes angry as a result of the excuses. When I heard their outcry and these words, after serious thought, he gave some serious thought before he spoke. And here's what he did. I rebuked the nobles and the rulers and said to them, each of you is exacting usury from his brother. We don't exact usury. But when we lend something to someone, a brother and a sister, we can't add taxes on that. If I borrowed $20 from Cottrell, that's the only thing I'm supposed to pay $20 back, not 30 for 20. And so he says, so after serious thought, I rebuked the nobles and rulers and said to them, each of you is exacting usury from his brother. So Nehemiah says, I called a great assembly against them. And I said to them, according to our ability, we have redeemed our Yehudite brethren who are sold to the nations. Now, indeed, will you even sell your brethren? Or will you double down on the travesty that they have been submitted to? Or should they be sold to us? Should they go from one form of slavery from different nations and right back to us, and we put them in a form of slavery under us? And as a result, then they were silenced. And they found nothing to say because we had fundamentals in our procedures and protocol. And he put that before them. And when he said, will you charge usury? So they didn't have anything to say. Then I said, Nehemiah says, what you are doing is not good. And we got to put folks on Front Street. We had to be honest with people. We had to be crystal clear and transparent. Should you not walk in the fear of our Elohim? All of us, even in this contemporary time, because of the reproach of the nation, and certainly so much so in this contemporary times. Our enemies, see, a lot of y'all, universally speaking, think you're Frenchmen, think you're Germans, thank you, Belgians, thank you, Japanese, thank you, or United States of Americans. But Nehemiah points to that to them crystal clear and succinctly. He said, what you're doing is not good. Should you not walk in the fear of I, Elohim, because of the reproach? They reproach us. All those nations I made mention of, they reproach us in every aspect of our lives. Law, labor, politics, sex, so on and so forth. Everything they got don't work for us. It works on us. That's why we go on TV. We see, oh, you can take a pill and this pill to help you walk, but you may not talk tomorrow, and your need may be knock needed, and you may be bug at it, but take the pill. And some of us, we think, oh, that's a great pill. Let me take the pill. A lot of y'all need to get off those pills. Stop taking the blue pill. Okay? Y'all need to take some y'all pills and get your hearts right. Praise y'all. And that's what Nehemiah is alluding to, not with just like I'm just using that as an allegory, but Nehemiah is saying, y'all got to get off their way. Y'all get to get back on our way. We do things fundamentally a certain way. And y'all got to submit yourself to the fundamentals of how we do things. And stop trying to do things like the Frenchmen, the Belgians, the Germans, and so on and so forth, the Spanish, and so on and so forth. That's our problem, even in contemporary times. And Nehemiah says, I also, with my brother and my servant, am lending them money and grain. He said, he said, I'm guilty of it too, so to speak. See, a lot of y'all think y'all special out there. See, a lot of y'all Hebrew Israelites think y'all something special. When in fact, Nehemiah is going back to fundamentals, as we all should go back to the fundamentals. And he said, please let us stop this usury. He didn't say, no, y'all need to stop it. He said, we all in this dirt together. We all dirty. And we need to all stop it. He indicted himself. He said, restore now to them, even this day, their lands, their vineyards, their olive grove, and their houses. Also 100 of the money and the grain, the new wine, the old wine, that you have charged them. Not only give them back what they owe, give them some more too. Okay? So a lot of us, we're stuck on stupid. We think just simply said, oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. That's all I need to be. No, you got to be much more than simply a Hebrew Israelite. You got to be fundamentally correct. Fundamentally correct with the Most High and fundamentally correct with one another. Praise God. So they said, here's their responses. I like their humility, and you should also. What did they say? We will restore it and require nothing from them. We would do as you said. Basically, we're going back to the fundamentals. Then Nehemiah said, I called the priest and required an oath from them. Now, we can't just give oath. When we give an oath, we got to follow through from them that they would do according to this promise, according to our fundamental concepts. Then I shook out the folds of my garment and said, so may Yah shake out each man from his house and from his property. May you reap what you sow if you don't do it, so to speak. Who does not perform this promise. Even thus may he be shaken out and emptied. Not according to him, but according to the Most High. He's asking the Most High. I ain't gonna put my hands on him. The Most High, so to speak, you put your hands on him. Because we can't give oath and not follow through on that oath, and if they give it, there should be some consequences and repercussion if they don't. And all the assembly said, in occurrence, amen, and praise the Elohim. Then the people did according to this promise. They stopped treating each other like they're Spaniards or like they're Germans, like they're a vast gamut of nations, and start fundamentally treating each other as the Most High has mandated and dictated. We got to start doing that much more so in this contemporary life. Therein lies our problem, because we fundamentally may know what the Most High says, but are we fundamentally doing what the Most High, and doing a course correct action? We should always be prepared to do a course correct action. A lot of us, I've been doing this 10 years. You may be 10 years wrong. Well, I've been doing when I first got in. You blooded in, be that as it may. But if you was here 5 years, you doing something wrong, you need to get it right. It's just that simple. We try to make everything hard. And the generosity of Nehemiah. In conclusion, Nehemiah says, moreover, from the time that I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Yehudah, from the 20th year until the 32nd year of King Artaxerxes, 12 years, neither I nor my brothers ate the governor's part. We didn't want his food. But the former governors who were before me laid burden on the people and took from them bread and water. I didn't want to put burden on my people. And that's what he's saying. Besides 40 shekels of silver, yes, even the servant bore rule over the people. Even the servants of the governor bore rule over the people. But I did not do so. Why? Because of the fear of the Elohim. That should be the paramount reason. The things, the way we do it fundamentally, and why we do it fundamentally, because of the fear of the Elohim. Indeed, I also continue to work on this wall, Nehemiah says. And we did not buy any land. All my servants were gathered there for the work. They came there for one object, not to accrue land in our land, but to work on the wall, to work with the brothers and sisters on the wall, and to be fundamentally correct in the building of that wall, rebuilding of that wall, and fundamentally correct in the building of relationship with the Most High and our brothers and our sisters. Praise Yah. And at my table were 150 Yehudites and rulers, beside those who came to us from the nations all around us. Now, that which was prepared daily, Nehemiah says, I prepared daily, was 1 ox, 6 choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, Nehemiah says, and once every 10 days, an abundance of all kinds of wine. Yet, in spite of this, I did not demand the governor's provision. I didn't want to take. I didn't want them to subsidize me, and by subsidizing me, it hurt my people. All money ain't good money, so I don't want them to subsidize me in that regard. And he says, because the bondage was heavy on his people. See, a lot of us don't care about our people. A lot of us tell a good snake and oil tale. Oh, I love the Most High. Oh, I love my brother. But you'll put your foot on the Most High word, and you'll put your foot on your brothers and a sister. See, I'm going to tell you, Abraham Lincoln said, and I concur with him, you can fool some of the folks some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And you certainly can't fool the Elohim. So I don't know what brothers and sisters out there trying to play the people. But in fine analysis, you're going to reap what you sow. This is something serious. The Most High is serious. His nation is serious. It should be taken seriously. And Nehemiah showed how he comported himself. Nah, I didn't want to take nothing out of my brother's and sister's pocket to help feed everybody. You know, I did this all on me. Because it was things they're already getting food stamps, so to speak. They're already getting government cheese, so to speak. And I didn't want to add no extra baiting. I want to lighten the load. Now, A lot of us need to be much more like Nehemiah in the approach to the Most High, and certainly an approach to one another, looking after the Most High best interests and looking after the nation's best interests, which is other people. Okay? And so, in conclusion, as a result of what he did, he asked the Most High. He didn't ask the Republicans. He didn't ask the Democrats. He didn't ask Black Lives Matter. He didn't ask the gay rights movement. He didn't ask the local mayor. He didn't ask the local city councilman. Who did he ask? He said, remember me, my Elohim, for good, according to all that I've done for this people. My actions, not my lip service. Oh, I love the Most High, but I got my hand in my brother's pocket. Oh, I love the Most High, but I got my foot on my sister's neck. Oh, I love the Most High, but I'm trying to get it any way I got. I got mine. Y'all better get yours. I don't care how much bonnet I put on your behind, because y'all ain't nothing but the N-word. No. He knew that the people of the nation were precious in the eyes of the Most High. And he treated them special. And he asked the Most High to acknowledge the way he treated his brothers and our sisters. And all of us should have the mindset of Nehemiah when it comes to the Most High, and when it certainly comes to each of us. We are our brothers and our sisters' keeper. Praise Yah and bless his holy name. Sister Nasanya and brother, do you have any comments on that? And Brother Cottrell, do you have any comments? Praise Yah.
No comments. No comments from me.
All praise. Another great lesson in our history that teaches us how we compose ourselves even in captivity. What would you call Nehemiah? We know he's a prophet, but he's an elder that's organizing our people that's coming out of captivity. And the fact that he will put as a priority the Levites and the priests shows us that we should be doing the same thing. We don't have Levites or priesthood, and we certainly don't have a king. And we can see that when they were coming out of Babylonian captivity, they were not trying to set up a king. They were trying to get the spiritual order of the nation as a priority first. So these lessons are because the Most High should tell us we should be supporting ourselves. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah, Brother Cottrell. Brother Cottrell, fellow students, is ready.
Your mic is muted. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you, brother. My apologies. Thank you, brother. Brother Cottrell is about to proceed to the last segment of study in the book of Daniel, chapter 8, vision of a ram and a goat. And Brother Cottrell is going to break it down to you like you're 4 years old. Put your mouth back in. I'm not saying you're 4 years old. What I'm basically saying, like you're a novice. Praise Yah. Brother Cottrell, you have the mic.
All praise to everyone in Israel. Elohim, Abraham, Israel. I don't know if I can break it down like they're 4 years old, because this chapter is a pretty tough one. Again, the prophet Daniel is having visions and dreams of what's to come, these future empires that rule the planet. In the 8th chapter, he goes on. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared to me, even to me, Daniel. After that which appeared to me at the first, I saw the vision, and while I was looking, I was actually in the palace, which is in the province of Elam. And we know that Elamite was Shemitic people that looked like me and you. And I saw the vision that I was by the canal of Ulad. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and there stood before me the river of Ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher one came up last. I saw the ram pushing westward and north and southward, so that no animal might stand before him, nor was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will and became great. So this is supposedly the Medes and the Persian Empire, and the Persians were greater than the Medes, which is the greater one than the lesser one. The Medes were the lesser one. The Persians were the greater. As I was considering this, suddenly a goat came from the west across the face of the whole earth and did not touch the ground. And this empire is talking about the Greeks. And the goat had an open horn between his eyes. He came to the ram that had two horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran to him in the fury of his power. I saw him come close to the ram, and as he moved with rage against him, and struck the ram and broke his two horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him. But he cast him down to the ground and stamped on him, and there was none who could deliver the ram out of his hand. Therefore the male goat grew very great. And when he was strong, the great horn was broken, and four conspicuous horns came up in his place towards the four ends of heaven. This is a description of the Greeks defeating the Medes and the Persian Empire, and then taking control of world domination. Out of the one of them came a little, which grew exceedingly great from the south, towards the east and towards the pleasant land. It grew great, even to the hosts of heaven, and it cast down some of the hosts, and of the stars to the ground, and stamped upon them. Indeed, he magnified himself, even to the prince of the hosts. And from him, daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. Because of rebellion, an army was given to the home to oppose the daily sacrifice, and it cast truth to the ground. It practiced this and prospered. And that's what we're under now. The Greco-Roman Empire, which has cast down Yah's sanctuary and practiced its truth, they cast the truth to the ground. Then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said to that certain saint spoke, how long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifices and the transmission of delusion, the giving of both sanctuary and the host to be trodden on foot? And he said to me, for 2,300 evenings and mornings, then the sanctuary shall be cleansed properly. When I, Daniel, had seen the vision, I slept with the meaning. Then there before me stood one who had the appearance of a man. I heard a voice, a man's voice, between the banks of Ulai, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man understand the vision. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid to fall upon my face. But he said to me, understand, son of man, that the vision deals with the time of the end. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep with my face on the ground. But he touched me and set me upright. He said, listen, I will make you know what shall be in the final period of the indignation. For the end shall be at the appointed time. The ram which you saw having two horns represent the king of the Medes and Persia. The rough goat is the king of Greece. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now the broken horn and the four horns that stood up in his place are four kingdoms that shall stand up out in his nation, but not with his power. In the latter time of their kingdom, when their transgressions have reached their limit, a king will arise, having a fierce countenance, skilled in intrigue. His power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. He shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice his will, and shall destroy the mighty men and the holy people. By his cunning, he shall cause the seed to succeed under his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. He shall destroy many in a time of peace. He shall also rise up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken, not by human hands. And the vision of the evening and the morning which both is true. Therefore, division, for it deals with many days in the future. Then I again fainted and was sick some days. Afterward, I rose up again and did the king's business. So I was astonished at the vision, but there was none to explain it. Praise God. So he's saying all that happened in the end of days. And from his time till now, so many changes have taken place on the earth. So many kingdoms have risen and fallen. And we're in that last period talking about where their transgressions, what is that? He said, I will make you know what shall be the final period of the indignation. For the end shall be at the appointed time. So we're in that appointed time where the Greco-Roman Empire rules, and they have gone out to the saints of the Most High, but the prophet Daniel didn't understand what we were saying. We understand it. We're looking back, and we know that we're in the final days. So all praise to the Holy One of Israel for allowing us to see Daniel's vision and even understanding the time we're based on what he saw in his vision, in his praise.
Praise God, Brother Cottrell. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you, Nasanya. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. My fellow elder, friend, brother, Iron Sharpener, a brother that was standing in the gap for you. We've done our due diligence as elders of the nation, as all elders should do of our nation. We provided to you your fundamentals. You need to understand your fundamentals. You need to ride with your fundamentals. You need to lean to your fundamentals. You need to cling to your fundamentals, which is the word of Yah. Praise Yah. But we can do no more in this regard. We brought it to you. It's incumbent upon you to do something for yourselves. Understand your fundamentals. Rely on your fundamentals. Meditate on your fundamentals in every aspect and component of your lives. Now, Brother Cottrell and I, we can take a horse to the water, but we certainly can't make it drink. That's incumbent upon the horse. I'm not calling you a horse now. That's just an allegory. Don't get your mouth stuck out. Put your mouth back in. But what I'm basically saying, the Most High word is going to work in spite of us, irregardless of us. But it'll work much more better for you if you utilize it. You work it. You cling to it. You hold on to it. The Most High said, let my footstep be your pathways, which is virtually his word. That's your pathway. Yah's word, his word. It's just that simple. We try to make everything hard. Well, Brother Cottrell and my wife, my Esau, the administrator of the show, we're about to get ready to leave for the night. And I want to ask my wife, do she have anything to say in closing? And Brother Cottrell after her, and then Yamsu finna said bye, and we finna get out of here. Praise Yah. Yesanya, any closing remarks and comments?
Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Most High. Have a good night, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Praise Yah. Brother Cottrell?
Yes, sir. It's a little rough for me tonight because I'm here at Echo. I had to fight through that. I'm still good. But I really like the lesson in the book of Nehemiah because the brothers showed humility. They were doing wrong in the beginning. They were exploiting the people. Nehemiah confronted them. They acknowledged what they were doing was wrong, and they made the necessary actions to correct themselves. We have to be like that. I mean, the lessons are there for us to humble ourselves and correct our path before Yah makes his judgment. So I thank Yah once again for these lessons to remind us of how we should be, because we should be better than our fathers. But it seems like we're much worse because we don't study as much as them. We're not as disciplined as them. But one day we'll get there. All praise.
All praises. And I concur with my brother. We love you. May the Most High bless you. Shalom and good night.